We will call the Burlington City Council May 5th, 2015 meeting to order. I'd like to welcome everyone here tonight. Also like to remind all of you to silence your electronic devices. This time we call on Councilmember Bob Ward for tonight's invocation.
Please bow your head and join me in a moment of silence, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Also like to draw your attention to Council Member Hikes is not here again tonight. She is under the weather. I'm sure she'll be back for our next meeting. Also like to recognize Scout Stephen Smith, Troop 64, Friendship United Methodist Church. He is here earning his citizenship in the community badge. So welcome, sir, to our meeting. And also, would you like to introduce your mom, maybe? Good. Welcome both of you. Thank you for being here. This time we have a proclamation, Municipal Clerks Week, May 3rd through the 9th, 2015. This time we'd ask City Clerk Renee Ward and Deputy City Clerk Beverly Smith if they would come forward. Okay, that's fine. I've got some flexibility is fine. Proclamation of Municipal Clerks Week, whereas the office of the municipal clerk, a time-honored and vital part of local government, exists throughout the world, whereas the office of the municipal clerk is the oldest among public servants, whereas the office of municipal clerk provides the professional link between the citizens, the local governing bodies, and agencies of government at other levels, and whereas the municipal clerks have pledged to be ever mindful of their neutrality and impartiality, rendering equal and superior service to all, and whereas the municipal clerk serves as the information center on functions of local government and community, and whereas municipal clerks continually strive to improve the administration of the affairs of the office of the municipal clerk through participation in continuing education, ideal sharing, and professional development, whereas it's most appropriate that we recognize the integral work and accomplishments of the City of Burlington's Office of the Municipal Clerk. Now, therefore, I, Ronnie K. Wall, by the virtue of the authority vested in me as Mayor of the City of Burlington, do hereby recognize the week of May 3rd through May 9th, 2015 as Municipal Clerks Week. Further extend appreciation to our Municipal Clerk, Renee M. Ward, and Deputy Clerk Beverly D. Smith, and all the municipal clerks for their vital services they perform and their exemplary dedication to communities they serve. Congratulations, ladies. Thank you very much. Thank you. We appreciate all the work that you do. People ask all the time how we do things that we do, and it's people like you that make it possible for us. So thank you very much for both of you.
Thank you.
Next, I'd like to recognize Police Chief Jeff Smythe. If you'd come forward, Chief. Okay.
Jeff likes to get his picture taken, so Thomas, if you want to get a picture taken, he's all for it.
Thank you very much, though.
However, we were more important because we were first.
The agenda.
I like that. Good point. A proclamation proclaiming May 10th through the 16th, 2015 as National Police Week to recognize National Police Week 2015 and to honor the service and sacrifice of those law enforcement officers killed in the line of duty while protecting our communities and safeguarding our democracy. Whereas there are approximately 700,000 law enforcement officers serving in communities across the United States, including the 125 dedicated members of the Burlington Police Department, whereas nearly 50,000 assaults against law enforcement officers are reported each year, resulting in approximately 15,000 injuries, whereas since the first recorded death in 1791, more than 20,000 law enforcement officers in the United States have made the ultimate sacrifice and been killed in the line of duty, including 127 officers died in 2014 and 114 officers died in the previous years in service. Whereas the names of these dedicated public servants are engraved on the walls of the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C., and whereas the service and sacrifice of all officers killed in the line of duty will be honored during the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund's 27th Annual Candlelight Vigil on the evening of May 13th, 2015. Whereas the candlelight vigil is part of the National Police Week, which takes place this year on May 10th through the 16th, and whereas May 15th is designated as Peace Officers Memorial Day in honor of all fallen officers and their families, and U.S. flag should be flown at half-staff. Therefore, it be resolved that I, Ronnie K. Wall, Mayor of the City of Burlington, formally designate May 10th through the 16th, 2015, as Police Week in the City of Burlington, and publicly salutes the service of law enforcement officers in our community and communities across this nation. Chief, congratulations. Feel free to say anything you'd like, Chief.
Just a very brief thank you for you all for your support. You know, the police department, 125 sworn men and women, and a variety of support staff. We can only exist with your support, and we thank you for everything that you provide us.
Thank you, Chief. The next item on the agenda is the invitation to Council Amateur Radio Club Annual Field Day. Mr. Christopher Tate. Welcome, Mr. Tate. Welcome back. Year number
5.
5. Wow. You're getting older and wiser and maturer.
And this podium is getting smaller.
Absolutely.
No, it's not. Thank you. Who said that?
Please talk.
Thank you once again for having me. It's that time of year again. The Alamance Amateur Radio Club, along with all amateur radio operators across the United States and Canada, will be holding their annual emergency preparedness exercise, also known as Field Day. This year, Field Day will be taking place on June 27th and 28th at the Alamance County Emergency Operations Center at 1150 Martin Street in Graham, the same place we held it last year. The Fire Marshal's office was very excited to host the event and is looking forward for absolute certainty to have us back this coming year. The time for that event will be just like last year, 2 p.m. through 2 p.m. We start at 2 p.m. on the 27th, and we do not take a break. I almost pulled an all-nighter last year. Missed it by that much. But that's beside the point. We were having a lot of fun. Amateur radio operators have been providing emergency communications for a full century and change now, ever since the first successful radio transmission back in the late 19th century. Today, we do not only emergency communications, we also help out with community service events. In years past, we've helped out with the Alamance County Crop Walk, which has always been a fun event for us. This past summer, I had the privilege of working with the Mission Man Triathlon. That was a lot of fun as well. We also do weather spotting for the National Weather Service through their Skywarn program. We also do damage assessment after large-scale natural disasters, such as the tornado outbreak that we had, I believe it was 4 years ago. We self-deployed and helped the City of Burlington as well as Alamance County in damage assessment, estimating the costs of the damages so that the Federal Emergency Management Association, or FEMA, could provide us with the funds that we needed to repair all of that. Speaking of FEMA, this year our goal will be to complete a full EOC exercise and fully utilize FEMA's incident command system to prove our part in the North Carolina Emergency Action Plan. So we look forward to having all of you folks come out. The public is invited as well. Once again, that's June 27th, Saturday, through June 28th on Sunday from 2 p.m. until 2 p.m. And yes, if you decide to come out at 3:30 in the morning, we'll take you.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Next item on the agenda is the Code of Ethics, disclosing conflicts of interest. Recognize City Clerk Renee Ward. Ms. Ward.
Members of council, Beverly and I do appreciate you recognizing clerks, and it is our privilege to serve you guys and serve staff, and most importantly, serve our citizens. So we really appreciate that. It's my responsibility to remind you of your duty to avoid conflicts of interest in matters that are before us. At this time, I ask if there are any potential conflicts concerning tonight's agenda items.
None. Thank you. Next item is approval of minutes, April 21st, 2015, City Council meeting.
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Add-on consent agenda, item D, New Leaf Society Partnership.
Make a motion that we approve the add-on.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Adoption of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Consent agenda, these items are typically non-controversial. If anyone has any questions about the following items, please let us know. A, to adopt an ordinance requiring the demolition of a building located at 1417 Ash Street. B, to approve a final plat for Sterling Phase 2, Section 1 McIntosh and the Lake for property located on the south side of Bonner Bridge Parkway, north side of Loch Ridge Parkway, as shown on plans by Alley, Williams, Carmen, and King, Incorporated, dated December 1st, 2014, containing 2 lots. C, Budget Amendment 2015-56, Animal Services, spelled out in your agenda. D, to partner with New Leaf Society in planning and implementation of the Arboretum and Green Common Space at Willowbrook Park.
I move we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Got a motion to second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? New business. 1, City Council consider adopting the 2015-19 Community Development Program 5-year consolidated plan, including the 1-year action plan, community development, block grant, CDBG program funds for program year 2015. At this time, we'd recognize Shauna Tillery. Ms. Tillery, welcome.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Again, like you stated, I'm asking for adoption of our 5-year consolidated plan, which includes our 1-year action plan for our CDBG program and our home program as well. The City of Greensboro will be submitting that on our behalf through our consortium with them, and the plan is nearing completion and will be submitted pending your approval tonight before May 15th, which is the deadline for submission to HUD. In your packet, there will outline the projects that we're proposing this year. I can just review those quickly. The Fairchild Park replacement of the floor and the gym there is $140,000. Housing rehabilitation program, that's $100,000 of revolving loan funds that we use to fund that on the CDBG side. $87,995 for Allied Church's commercial kitchen upgrade. $65,000 for the construction training program. $23,843 for Burlington Development Corporation to fund their match for their 2 housing programs. $27,000 for the Hatch Street Sidewalk Project. $15,000 for the Allied Church's coordinated assessment. $10,000 for North Park Library. $4,000 for for relocation, and then $47,112 for administrative cost. Within our home program, we're looking to generate $48,000 in program income. We'll use that to redo homes and revolve that back into our program. We'll be looking at $185,055 for the city's home program, and we'll match that with $65,000 from the construction training program for a total of $298,055 for that program, which we'll spend on housing rehabilitation activities, and then our Chodo project with Alamance County Community Services and now Habitat for Humanity. The county yesterday at their meeting approved the partnership again this year with the city administering their home funds, so that has been approved on their behalf, and that's $94,132 of funds, and we're looking to receive at least $8,000 of program income from loan repayments on that side.
Questions for Ms. Tiller?
And I will be happy to note that Habitat has had a family to choose a lot at the subdivision and will be building there very shortly.
At Apple Tree?
Yes, at Apple Tree.
Good deal.
Yes.
Good deal.
Questions?
I move we adopt the 2015 through 19 Community Development 5-year consolidation plan to the 1-year action plan.
Second.
Got a motion, second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you. Brings us to public comment period, and we have none. Brings us city council comments. A couple, joint meeting of the city council and county commissioners will be held May 11th at 6 p.m. at the Family Justice Center, 1950 Martin Street in Burlington. Letter carrier stamp out hunger food drive is Saturday, May 9th, and citizens are encouraged to support the drive by placing food items in or near your mailbox for the letter service carriers to pick up. May is National Pet Month, half-price pet adoptions, May 16th through the 23rd. Contact Burlington Animal Services for more information, 578-0343. Any other comments from council?
Hey, May 7th, always at 2 o'clock, we always have a senior tea at Canole Senate. And for all the seniors on council, it'd be nice.
Wow.
It's for senior games, so when you come, these are very competitive seniors who will be there.
Okay, thank you, Councilmember Fawcett, Mayor Pro Tem Fawcett, excuse me, for those nice comments. Anyone else that would need to make any comments? Yeah.
Mr. Mayor, if I could, Mr. Tate brought up about the disaster situations we've had. Now, I'm not sure we reported. Where are we on in terms of reimbursements from FEMA? From the storms of the winter
March
of
7th.
14.
Yeah, never forget that date.
Yeah.
The total, yeah, it was about 180,000 cubic yards of debris. It was huge, as everybody recalls. It cost the city about $2.2 million to work that storm. We've received about 80% of that back from the feds. We're still working with them on the balance of that, so we certainly hope to get the balance within a reasonable amount of time.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kirkman. Mr. Smith, we appreciate you and your mom coming out tonight. Sorry it was so short, but that's sort of a common thread here at council meetings. Any other comments from council? Not entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.